Welcome to the SFL. I'm Cameron Irvine, lead play-by-play man and commissioner of the First Football eSport League, and this extensive guide will help you find everything you need to get the full SFL experience, or the experience you want. The first step to learning more about the league is on SFL Interactive, the multimedia hub of our website. Head to simulationfl.net and click on the Interactive tab in the menu. Once you're there, create your profile and receive your first 10 points. They'll show up in the upper right-hand corner. Points can be used to pay for anything from player progression to photo galleries and so much more coming soon. On SFL Interactive, you can watch exclusive league content like behind-the-scenes footage and videos, amazing plays, and classic games. You can also watch live games every Sunday night and participate in live lotteries, which can net you more free points. Back on Discord, introduce yourself in the Introductions channel to receive permissions. Tell us how you found us, who you are, and what you're interested in. From here, you can message team owners and general managers and inquire about joining the live stats, beat writing, multimedia, or broadcast teams and hunt for your future home on the field. There are two ways to get on a team, either as an undrafted free agent or through the rookie draft. If you join in the months of April, May, October, or November, you qualify for the rookie draft right away, since rosters are locked during these months while the league wraps up seasonal competition and teams are re-signing or signing veteran players. If you join in any other month, becoming an undrafted free agent is your most likely route. Either option can net you success. If you're going into the rookie draft, a little bit of everything can go a long way in a competitive field. Make an impression by purchasing or gaining your points for player progression in advance. Earn a high chat ranking and show your desire and professionalism in the community chat rooms and in private messages with teams. Join a league staff, team, or contribute to the league's general fund. Drafts are held at the beginning of every June and December. If you're going to get scooped up as an undrafted free agent, your chat ranking determines what type of opportunities you could have. To find out if there are any recent openings on teams, check the player openings section of Discord. If all rosters are full, don't be discouraged. Opportunities come up all the time, and it may just be the perfect fit to start your career. Every offseason, you're able to start completely from scratch if you want, or you can negotiate a new deal with your current team or a different squad. Games are broadcast Sundays through Tuesdays on our SFL networks on Twitch, YouTube, and Fuel. While you're subscribing to those feeds, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and give us some love on Instagram. If you need or want to talk to league staff, we're always listed in gold at the top right of the member list in Discord when we're online, and we'll always try to assist you or make time for you as best we can. That's the Simulation Football League, and that's just the start. Thanks for being here to make an impact. I can't wait to call your name.
And returning it back the other way is Jack Burton, and Carolina has a touchdown on a pick six.
Spins out of a sack, throws it to the back of the end zone. He's got his man. Touchdown.
So they're like, oh, well, we need real players. Like, oh, okay. So you need a quarterback? Sure.
He's up to the 30. He's gone, baby. My goodness. Somebody cool off that man's feet because they're on fire.
Throw, King wants it all now, and it's caught! Oh! Touchdown, Chicago!
Unbelievable play! That's gotta be number one this week, and we just got started!
People like immersing themselves in all the buildup that goes in, and with that, this is gonna explode big time.
The SFL Network on YouTube welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
And welcome SFL Nation to Richard L. Snowden Stadium in Denver, Colorado, the site of today's Week 3 matchup between two teams who wants to get back into the win column. It's the 1-1 Denver Nightwings hosting the 0-2 New Orleans Sparrows. With Jeffrey Daggs back in SFL headquarters working behind the scenes, this is T. Roy Gaines. And my broadcast partner today is the wide receiver of the Queen City Corsairs, who just got done commentating the game in London. And that's Stephen Hacker. Stephen, how are you doing after that red-eye flight from London, England?
Doing all right, man. Got a quick bite to eat, and the plane ride was nice. The SFL took care of me.
they always take care of us here. And welcome, Steven, and welcome, everybody. Let's talk about these two teams who struggled on the defensive side of the ball last week, with Denver losing to Alaska in another classic 38-34, while New Orleans lost to Mexico City 40-17. Steven, what are your thoughts for today's game?
For New Orleans, I'd like to see them get their offense going a little bit. They've kind of struggled to put up points. Maybe get Deezer Powell, who's still putting up his yards, but get him some touchdowns, and Logan Jack. For Denver, I'd like to see them keep it close until the fourth quarter, where I think Josh Miller really shines.
All right, and we're about to get ready to kick off in today's should be a very good contest. We'll be right back after this. You are watching the SFL live on YouTube. And the Orange will be kicking off. Denver will be getting the ball first. The kicker is Zin Lee, number 9. The returner for Denver is Steven Vega. And Lee kicks it off, and we're underway here in Denver, Colorado. Vega gets the ball inside his 5-yard line. He's past the 20 and is able to get it to the 27-yard line. Let's go ahead and talk about the offensive stars for the Denver Night Wings. That quarterback is Josh Miller. Running back is Jared McChesney. Wide receivers and tight ends are Giacomo Jones, Logan Kill, and Hayapo Kinlola. And Steven, this team, Denver, had a monster game offensively against Alaska last week. Just unfortunately couldn't get the W.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate game for the Night Wings. It's a really good game. Just one team had to win, and last week that was Alaska.
Another close one between Alaska and Denver last week. McChesney got a 1-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 9 on Denver's 28. Levant Irvine with the tackle. Let's talk about the defensive stars real quick. Defensive tackle Ray Rest. The linebackers are the aforementioned Levant Irvine, Heath McDaniel the second. Corners are Aaron Arrington, Roland Hood, and safeties are Kappa Jones and Tank Bennett. Miller drops back the pass and fires it right away. It's caught in the middle. First down at the Denver 44-yard line. That's Kinola. Basically continue where he left off last week with a nice catch.
Yeah, Kinloa is a guy they like to get involved deep down the field, so expect to see them take a lot of shots to him. And he's a good route runner. He's got solid hands. He's a good pickup for the Nightwing.
Yeah, he had 11 receptions for 136 and 2 TDs last week against Alaska, and unfortunately a loss. Play action pass from Miller. He fires it to his left, and it's caught by Giacomo Jones, who returns from the injury he suffered, unfortunately, last week from his only catch. That's a nice 6-yard gain this time.
Yeah, and good momentum, good rhythm right now coming from the Nightwings offense. They're looking polished.
Yeah. And it's really hard to imagine when you throw for no interceptions, you unfortunately lose the game. But that's unfortunately what happened to Denver last week. They look to rebound, and they have a good start, as you said, Steven, so far in this drive. Jared McChesney broke 2 tackles. Looked like he got the first, but the ref says he is stopped short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1 here.
Yeah, McChesney dragged 3 Faro defenders. I saw Arrington. I saw Levant Irvine all there trying to drag him down. Good second effort.
We might see another helping of McChesney here. He already has 2 carries. This could be his 3rd one. And he'll get the handoff up the gut. Got the first down. More before he gets gained. Tackle at the 41-yard line. First down 10 for Denver. Aaron Arrington, among others, with the combo tackle of McChesney there.
Yeah, and that's what it's going to take. McChesney's he's a locomotive. When he gets up ahead of steam, he's tough to bring down.
He had 22 carries for 107 yards last week. First and 10 on the 41-yard line. Trips right for Miller. Play action pass. He'll fire it up the middle. Good catch in spite of double coverage there. And that is the fullback on the catch. Good job by Denver moving the ball down the field. 2nd and 3 on New Orleans 34-yard line. Dallas Akoi with the reception there. Denver likes to use their fullback a lot. Two wide receivers to Miller's left. Hand off to McChesney, who follows his blockers, makes a man miss, gets tackled after he got the first down there on the 25-yard line. Denver is almost in the red zone. We have a great drive going on so far, Steven.
Yeah, Denver's really came out and they've hit the gas pedal here, trying to execute their game plan. Their script looks good so far. So let's see how they finish out this drive. They're in field goal range, but I know that they're chomping at the bit to get in the end zone here.
Tank Bennett assisted on the tackle there. First and 10 on the 25-yard line. 7 minutes and 38 seconds counting left in the first quarter. We're going to have an encroachment. So unfortunately, that loss will not matter, as we're going to hear from Rest 62 there.
Neutral zone infraction, number 76. Defense, not repeat,
76 is Jerry Smith. The first time we get to call his name is unfortunately for a penalty, Steven.
Yeah, it's not what you want to see this early in the game. You don't want to come out with mental mistakes, especially playing away. You want to try to play or execute perfectly, and giving the offense a free 5 yards is not the way to do it.
No, it's not. And we got a nice full house formation there. And it's going to be a swing pass to McChesney. He wasn't able to break the tackle of McDaniel there, but it's going to be 2nd and 1, a nice 4-yard gain on that play.
Yeah, McChesney's showing that he's got sweet hands as well as strong feet. Get out in the flats and he can make something happen.
Yeah, he had 13 receptions for 50 yards last week. So he's definitely a dual threat here for Denver. Full house backfield again. One wide receiver to his left, but they're going to give it to McChesney, who tries to go to his right, but unfortunately, number 65 there wasn't able to make the block. Great job by New Orleans to make this a 3rd and short.
Yeah, Cornelius Arthur on the outside came up and took on McChesney one-on-one and stopped him. So that was a great job by him.
The 6 foot, 240-pounder made a nice open field tackle there. 3rd and 2. This time it's caught for Giacomo Jones, who takes it to the house easily. For 6, Denver gets on the board. Nice opening drive, Steven.
Yeah, good route by Giacomo Jones. Defense was playing off, and then the good throw by Miller, and the defender couldn't quite get there to jump the route, and that was pay dirt for Giacomo Jones.
Yeah, defender Aaron Arrington, unfortunately, was caught sleeping at the wheel. He'll look to make up for that when he gets the ball. And after this kick, he's the kick returner for New Orleans. But Kramer Jackman, Mr. Perfect in field goals so far for Denver, will be out to make the extra point. Nice 5-minute drive for Denver to start off the game. And they are now up 7-0 over New Orleans. And unfortunately, if we base off the first drive, Steven, looks like New Orleans' defensive woes continues from last week.
Yeah, and, I'm really impressed again by Denver's offense there. I think New Orleans has a high-powered enough offense if they can just get things clicking that they don't necessarily need the greatest defense. Whenever all things are working with Xander Gold and Deezer Powell and Logan Jack, when all those things are working, you can put up the points. You don't always necessarily have to have the best defense. You just need them to step up at the right time.
And there's Aaron Arrington able to take it to the 27-yard line. We'll see what New Orleans offense could do. They definitely have the weapons. Starting off with Xander Gold at quarterback, Logan Jack, the halfback, Matt Wolf and Deezer Powell are your wide receivers. Yassine Clifton, your tight end for New Orleans. 1st and 10 for New Orleans at their own 27-yard line. Single back formation for the Pharaohs. And they will give it off to Mr. Logan Jack. Goes up the middle. Nice spin move. And he's off to the races. One man to beat. Justin Jones was able to make the tackle, but that's not after Logan Jack crosses the Denver side of the field at the 42-yard line. Nice opening run by him, Steven.
Yeah, and how about that? Denver came out aggressive, and New Orleans came out with their game plan aggressive too. Logan Jack with a beautiful spin move to the outside, gets 20-plus yards on that carry. Just fired a rocket out of that cannon with the first carry.
Unfortunately, Nicholas Warner whiffed on that play. That definitely hurt Denver on that one, 1st and 10 for New Orleans on Denver's side of the field at their own 42. Xander goes side to go to Logan Jack. He gets the reception, tries to juke a defender, but nice open field tackle that time by Mr. B.J. Armstrong. Let's talk about the Denver defensive side of the ball here. Their star players are Bailey Baca, defensive tackle, linebacker Mike Salchuk. The corners are Justin Jones and B.J. Armstrong. The safeties are Josh Vasquez and Nicholas Warner. 2nd and 4. As once again, Jack gets the carry, but this time he gets stopped right away. And that is Mr. Chewbacca himself, Bailey Baca, with his first tackle of the game.
Yeah, great penetration by Baca. Just the guard just ignored him, and just Baca ate him up in the backfield. So it's a good carry. I was going to say a key point for the Denver defense today would how would the front seven contain Logan Jack. So if they can contain Logan Jack, I think that they'll have a good formula for success as far as for their offensive strategy as well.
His trips left for Xander Gold, and he will drop back the pass, fires over the middle, and it is almost interception. Tip drill wasn't successful. There was many Denver defenders there. Great job by them because this will be a 4th and 7. This will make it over 50-yard field goal attempt. I believe New Orleans is about to punt.
Yeah, impressive defensive stand by the Night Wings. You know, their secondary is really good. I think that's probably their strength on defense. So again, you know, I think it's really important this game that Mike Salchuk and Bailey Baca really step up and eat up everything in the middle and don't let Logan Jack get going, because I think their defense can contain the weapons that New Orleans has.
Yeah, but that was a great kick by Gordon Grasmanis. And he was able to pin Denver at their own 5-yard line. But as you know from last year, Jared McChesney is capable of running a huge touchdown run. He's currently the record holder for the longest touchdown run in SFL history at 100 yards max.
Yeah, on the goal line.
And right now he's behind. He's in the end zone. Here is 1st and 5 for Denver. McChesney does get the carry, but this time Aaron Arrington and company make sure that he doesn't bust a huge game. Just a 3-yard carry from McChesney there.
Yeah, just a little breathing room. Still, no time to take a breath. You got to get out of this situation that you're in, because even if you punt from here, it's definitely setting up New Orleans. So you got to get out. You got to get away from your own end zone.
And I said it was 3. I'm sorry. It was only a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8. McChesney gets the handoff once again. Breaks the first tackle before he gets corralled by Levant Irvine and company. But not after a nice 7-yard, 8-yard gain. It would be 3rd and 1.
And McChesney with just tree trunk legs is just dragging defenders. You know, it's taken 2 or 3 of them to get him down every single time.
You see why he's already over 3,000 yards for his career. A monster season last season. Helped Denver get to the championship game against Alaska. But 3rd and 1 here. Miller drops back and fires over the middle. It's caught. Giacomo Jones is making some noise in the first quarter. That's his third catch, excuse me.
Yeah, and Josh Miller just throws an absolute dime right over the middle, right underneath the coverage, right into the hands of Giacomo Jones. And he's their big play guy.
Yes, he is, and he's almost equally as told from week 1. He had 82 yards receiving in the first game of the year against Vancouver. Here's another pass to Kiloa. Back-to-back dots, and now Denver's on New Orleans side of territory of the field. Excuse me. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 49-yard line of New Orleans.
Yeah, McDaniel II got out there in coverage, but Hypo Kinloa did a good job on his crossing route to get open and get the first down.
Yeah, Denver got a lot of weapons, especially their role players as well, but Kinloa is a huge weapon for Denver. He came through last week. Full house formation for the Night Wings. It'll be another handoff to McChesney. Cuts up the gut instead of bouncing outside. Gets about 5 yards. You see his average 4.1 yards per carry. A great start for him so far in the first quarter.
Yeah, when you can rely on your running back to get positive yards like that every time you hand him the ball, you know, it helps your game plan. It helps your strategy and what you can do, you know, behind that, play action and take deep shots down the field.
And this time's a run up the gut, nothing doing. It'll be 3rd and 4. New Orleans. Arthur making his second tackle of the game so far. He's trying to make some noise here for the Pharaohs.
Be interesting to see how they handle this 3rd and 4 right here.
Single back formation, but 2 receivers to Miller's right. He drops back and fires, and it's caught. Toe drag swag was completed. It'll be a 1st down. Logan Keel made a reception there. The possession receiver helps extend this drive.
Yeah, Logan Keel doesn't always have the biggest numbers or the biggest games, but he comes up in the biggest moments. You can rely on this guy.
Yeah, he had 9 receptions for 79 yards and 2 TDs last week against Denver, stepping up for Giacomo Jones when he got injured. 1st and 10. And nice stutter step by McChesney, gets 5 yards. He takes to New Orleans' 34-yard line as we got less than a minute left in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, Tank Bennett and Aaron Arrington there on the tackle. And that seems to be the key for their defense. With a runner as strong as McChesney, you got to get as many helmets on him as you can. So they're swarming to the ball and making sure they're dragging down the defender. Or I'm sorry, the ball carrier.
New Orleans got to find a way to stop him here. They don't want to be, the defense don't want to be on this field too long, or they're going to get tired by the 3rd and 4th quarter. McChesney gets the handoff, and that's a great tackle for no gain. And that was Tyrone Tarf, the 6'5", 290-pounder with the tackle there.
Yeah, big man up front, the front 7. You got to produce some pressure. You can't let McChesney continue to run all over you. So good job stepping up, making a stand at the line of scrimmage.
Important 3rd down right here with just 9 seconds left. Will Denver hike the ball before the quarter's over? Yes, they will. Miller drops back, fires out route, and he is just short of the 1st down. Catch was completed by Jones, but I don't know. I might challenge that. He looked like he got the 1st down.
Yeah, I don't know if I like necessarily running that play right there. Felt like they were kind of rushing, and I think it was a critical situation. You had a 3rd down, and now you're looking at 4th and 1. If you just waited for the end of the quarter, come out with your wits about you, and you can really execute your strategy. I don't know if I like that so much.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And that's the end of the 1st quarter. You're watching the SFL Network live on YouTube, which is presented by APM Music, Production Music Library, and Custom Music House. And brought to you apart by Fuel Beyond Imagination. Visit the all-new SFL Interactive today. Matt Doyle Designs, the official broadcasting partner of the SFL. And by Media Tech Institute. Turn your passion into your profession. Aerial shots brought to you by AirViews, United by Drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage. And we're back. It's 4th and 1 here in the 2nd quarter as Denver continues where they left off from last week. They lead 7-0 over New Orleans. Kramer Jackman is looking to make this kick. It's going to be a 46-yard field goal attempt.
Well within his range.
And the kick is up. Got it. Still perfect is Mr. Kramer Jackman. Here's a replay. He was 2 for 2 last week. He made his 1st field goal, which is definitely the longest so far, 46 yards.
Yeah, given the weather conditions and this guy's reputation and history, this felt like an easy one. Plenty of leg, hits the back of the net, no problem.
He's just as reliable as Jason Elam, the other Denver, the kicker for the other Denver team back in the 90s. In that no fun league, but Kramer Jackman, Mr. Perfect, 32 of 32 after that field goal attempt. He kicks it off to Aaron Arrington, and he decides to take the knee. Yes, it was a great kick. That's why they paid the kicker. As the Lawrence will have to start on their 20-yard line. And let's see what Xander Go and company can do here to get themselves back in this game, Stephen.
And that's tough when you have to start. A lot of teams are getting to start at their own, 28 or the 30, and you're having to start at the 20. That's kind of tough. But yeah, I'd like to see a handoff or get Logan Jack going. See if you can build something off the play action and hit Deezer Powell downfield.
Well, we got offsides, so this is a free play. Logan Jack makes the catch. He fumbles the ball, but it goes out of bounds. What a hit. When you see Mike Sawchuk, it doesn't go in your favor. But as you heard, ref 62, we got a nuisance infraction by number 77. New Orleans will accept, and that'll be a 1st and 5. Bandit Bandito commits the foul.
Yeah, again, I like to preach discipline. I hate to see those free 5-yard plays. I just think it's unacceptable no matter what level you are, highly paid or not. I think discipline's not that hard.
Yeah, there was a bunch of penalties Denver committed during the first drive of the second half last week against Alaska that helped Alaska with an 8-minute drive. But we see a dot that's been, no, not a dot, it's intercepted. Catch him stealing. They did. But that's not after Nicholas Warner makes his first INT of today's game. He climbed that ladder, Steven.
Yeah, and actually jumped off a route, was kind of looking at somebody underneath, and then was just looked over at Xander Gold's eyes and realized that he was trying to hit Matt Wolf deep and broke off, and just a good play by him overall, and gives the Nightwings great field position.
That's his 13th interception of his career. And Denver has great field position. They're on New Orleans' 24-yard line. Trips to Miller's left, 2 receivers to his right. No backs in the backfield. They're looking for a home run play. Instead, almost got picked off. Pass was intended to Graham Canyon, who was very reliable last week, but drops this pass today.
And an opportunity for the New Orleans Pharaohs. I mean, that was their chance to get it right back, and it unfortunately falls and hits the grass.
And from my 2 seasons in this league, now 3, what I usually see is when a big opportunity just doesn't fall through, it'll come back to hurt the team that missed that opportunity. Here comes McChesney, gets 4 yards. Arthur with another tackle. That's his 3rd of the game.
Now, Arthur's been playing really well. Linebacker for the Pharaohs. He's doing his best work to try to stop and slow down McChesney for sure.
It is 3rd and 6. No backs in the backfield. Trips to Miller's left. He drops back and fires over the middle, and it's caught. 1st down. And I believe as Graham Canyon, he makes up for his previous mistake. And Denver is now in the red zone. 1st and goal at the 7.
And for as much as Denver relies on McChesney, Miller is totally comfortable with 5 wide receivers out there. McChesney's not even on the field on that play, and they didn't look like they were out of sync at all. That was, good execution, good recognition by the quarterback, Josh Miller.
Yeah, coming into today's game, Miller was already over 7,400 yards passing. And he's continuing where he left off, but he's making changes at the line. Full house formation behind Miller. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. We'll see if McChesney's going to get the ball. He will. Runs to his left, but gets tackled right away. Good open field tackle. Somebody forgot to block McDaniel the 2nd. And it's a 1-yard loss. 2nd and goal at the 6. That's a 1-yard gain. I'm sorry. 2nd goal at the 6.
Yeah, McDaniel's a big boy, 6'2", 235. I'd take that. He can handle his own.
And McChesney gets the ball again. He gets stuffed again. Guess who? McDaniel taking McChesney to the shadow realm there on that tackle. No yard. Actually, it's a 1-yard loss. It'll be 3rd and goal at the 7.
So that makes it 32 career tackles for a loss for Heath McDaniel II.
And 232 tackles so far for his career. 233, I'm sorry, for his career after that play. No backs in the backfield on his 3rd and goal. We'll see if this will be a quick pass. Miller fires it over the middle. Lucky it wasn't picked off. They'll have a chance to kick the field goal. Pass is incomplete, but that was a dangerous throw right there, Steven.
Yeah, Miller was looking for a flag there at the end of the play. I don't quite see what he was looking for. I think it was just maybe a little bit of a questionable decision to trying to force it in a tight window, maybe a little too confident in your arm. and unfortunately, you got to settle for 3 here.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that. Shorter field, the longer that play goes, the better chance the posting team's defense can come back and haunt you on that one. Here we go. Field goal is up, and it's good. Easily a 24-yard field goal made by Kramer Jackman. Still perfect for his career. Denver extends their lead of 13-0. New Orleans offense got to wake up as their defense was able to hold them to 3 on that drive.
Yeah, the Pharaohs, that's what you're wanting. You can't give up the touchdowns. All season you've been kind of struggling to put up points, so until you can get things clicking, you can't be giving up a lot of points. So it was a good stand by them to only give up a field goal. Now just come out and hopefully can get something going on the offensive side of the ball.
And right now, Arrington's having a hard time returning kicks. He had 179 yards in kick return yardage last week. Doesn't have that many so far today. I think he's at 20 yards at the most.
Yeah, and he's dangerous. He can take it to the house too. And so if he's wanting to kneel on it, there's a reason. He's deep in the end zone.
And 2 backs in the backfield for Xander Go, who fires it to his left, and it's caught. First down. Nope. 2nd and 3. As Deezer Powell makes his first catch.
Yeah, had to contort his body, had to bend down. It was thrown to his momentum, took him out of bounds. But great job by Deezer Powell to stay in bounds, at least drag his feet and get the positive yardage.
And that's one of the first, the few times where the out route does come into the offensive favor. Getting 7 yards, usually it's 5 or less. Of course, Denver scored on an out route in the first drive of the game. And that's a great catch by their tight end, Yassine Clifton, his first catch of today's game, and that's the first down for New Orleans.
Yeah, I like the formation there. You put 2 wide receivers to the strong side with the tight end there, and then you run the 2 receivers deep and leave your tight end kind of running underneath, and he was wide open, got good yardage.
And why not throw it to Clifton? He's 6'7". He's a tall glass of water. He should be able to make those catches every time you throw it to him. 1st and 10 for New Orleans, and there'll be a swing pass to Jack, who gets destroyed after that first spin move. Number 23, Ellis Duncan on the tackle.
Yeah, big hit by the cornerback there. I like that New Orleans is trying to keep Logan Jack involved. I think that's kind of like the swing piece to their offense. If he's moving, I think their offense moves really well.
I agree with you there. And there's 3 wide receivers to Gold's left, but it's going to be a handoff, and he was able to beat Bailey Baca towards the left side of the field, but gets stopped by Justin Jones as Logan Jack, making this a 3rd and manageable 3rd and 2.
Yeah, 3rd and 2, you can really do whatever you want in your playbook. I mean, there's so many options. You can run some deep routes with some short routes underneath, or you can run all shorts, or you can even hand the ball off, run a toss. I mean, so many options you can do here if you're New Orleans.
And this time it'll be a toss to the right. Nice spin move by Logan Jack, and he gets the first down. Great job by New Orleans to extend this drive, sending Logan Jack to the right side.
Yeah, the linebacker got over there. All the gaps were kind of filled. I mean, Logan Jack had to be very patient and picked up just enough.
I know that's not the QB rating that Xander Go wants to have. Let's see if he's going to improve on it right now. 38.1 QB rating. As Go drops it off to Jack, who's able to break the first tackle, but not the second. Justin Jones with another tackle, but not after a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, a 4-yard reception for Logan Jack. This guy's just an all-purpose yardage guy. He's a threat to blow up in either category, receiving or rushing, any given week. So it's just, expect to find balance until they can figure out their rhythm offensively.
Logan Jack's already over 1,700 yards rushing. He gets a carry up the gut. Can he take it to the house? One man to beat. And Justin Jones makes the touchdown-saving tackle, but that's not after Logan Jack takes it to the Denver 23-yard line. Nice carry by the running back.
Yeah, Logan Jack explodes through the hole, and if it wasn't for Justin Jones's closeout speed, that would have been 6. So great job by Jones, his first season here in Denver, stepping up, making a big play for his defense.
And Justin Jones is 6'2", 215-pounder who just stopped a guy who's over 240 pounds. Great job by him. But it's 1st and 10 at Denver's 23-yard line. New Orleans is almost in the red zone. We'll see what they do here. 2 backs in the backfield. I formation.
Look at all those bodies.
Yeah. But just a 3-yard gain. Mike Salchuk on the tackle. Logan Jack gets 3 more yards.
Yeah, the fact that they were able to get 3 yards out of that, I mean, Denver had 7 men on the line of scrimmage there, just filled every single gap available, and they were still they won the battle in the trenches.
All right, 2nd and 7. And it's another handoff to Jack. He gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Not a good carry for him. Salchuk on the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 8 for Denver on their own 21-yard line.
Yeah, Salchuk is a dangerous linebacker. I mean, you can rely on him to bring down just about anybody out there. He's a solid tackler, solid field awareness.
Xander Go has trips to his right, one back towards his right as well. Drops back to pass. Still looking. He fires it over the middle. Dangerous pass, but thankfully for him, was incomplete, not intercepted. Good job by Pelican with the pat down, and New Orleans will have to settle for a field goal.
Yeah, maybe not what you wanted. You stalled out a little bit there at the end. But I'd take the 3 points. It's still a close game with a 3, so consider it a win. Get it through the uprights and come back and play solid defense.
This will be a 38-yard field goal attempt for Zen Lee. His first of today's game. The kick is up. Got it. And New Orleans get on the board. They are now trailing by 10 after that successful field goal by Zen Lee.
Yeah, 10 points is definitely manageable. You know, the game's not over. You know, like I said, you had some good first downs there. You're kind of finding what's working on the Denver defense. So now it's just a matter of coming out and, figuring out how to stop McChesney and Giacomo Jones on the Denver offense, and then put yourself right back in this ballgame.
We got 3:41 left in the first half. Here's the kickoff by Lee. Vega will get at the 10. He gets to the 30-yard line. 20-yard return for Vega. Denver will start in a good field position at their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, and I wonder how much of a difference that's going to make. Again, Aaron Arrington's having to kneel on the ball, and they're starting at the 20, whereas the Denver, they're getting to field it at the 10 and bring it out to the 30. So I wonder how much of a difference that's going to make long-term in this game.
Yeah, that's the difference between having a contract kicker in Kramer Jackman and a role player in Zen Lee, as there's a handoff to McChesney. He's off to the races. And what a run. He gets to New Orleans' 44-yard line after the huge gain. He has 15 carries for 68 yards. What a run to the left. Great blocking down the field for Denver.
Yeah, and Tank Bennett, if he hadn't have been there, McChesney's a threat to run that to the house. Rollman Hood was on his trail, but really it was Tank Bennett that stopped the bleeding. So good job by him to step up, make a play, but McChesney just is exploiting this defense all day.
And great block by the guard with one of the best names in the league, Bismarck Bisquick, with a great block to help spin McChesney off of that huge gain. This be 1st and 10 on New Orleans 44. He gets the handoff, but this time nothing doing. New Orleans says, we had enough of you running the ball right there. Great job. And guess who that is? He makes another great tackle. That is Cornelius Offer with his 4th tackle of the game.
And Cornelius Arthur came ready to play. He's ready to take on McChesney anytime he has the rock.
And I'm surprised I haven't heard call Ray West's name so far in today's game. He's so far scoreless or statless, but this swing pass goes for nowhere. Nothing as McDaniel makes another great tackle. It'll be 3rd and 12, an important 3rd down for New Orleans defense.
And wow, so Arthur's got one side. McDaniel II's got the other side. I mean, where do you go? You try to run right up the middle, and that's where you're talking about Ray West. So, I mean, the front 7 in New Orleans is playing really well right now.
Very impressive so far in comparison to last week. 3rd and 12. Throw up the middle is caught, but not enough for the first down. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. You watching the SFL Live on YouTube, Denver's up by 10. Grand Canyon was the receiver who made that catch. Tank Bennett stopped him short of the first down. And this will make, I believe this will be a punting situation. This will be over 50 yards. It'll be a 53-yard field goal attempt, but they decided to punt here. Lily Long, the 5'6", 150-pounder, will kick this to Aaron Arrington. We'll see what happens here. Arrington decided to let it go, and wisely decided to let it go as it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Now, while the offense of New Orleans has been struggling in today's game, the positive is that they keep moving the ball down the field. We'll see if they can establish a nice 2-minute drive and get 6 on this drive here before the half.
Yeah, with all of your timeouts, I'd like to see you try to take a shot downfield, especially right here, right now. First down, this is as good as time as any to take a shot. Press coverage on the outside.
Trips right for New Orleans as Gold drops back and fires over the middle, and it's caught. What a catch, but they're not going to call a timeout, but that is Deezer Powell, and that's his second catch of the ball game.
Yeah, it looked like he was one-on-one on the outside, and I'll take Deezer Powell any day of the week, one-on-one. So good throw, good recognition by Xander Gold.
And out of the star receivers for New Orleans, Deezer Powell is the shortest, but at 6'4". So nice job by him getting New Orleans down the field. 1st and 10 as Xander Gold steps up, fires it, and it's a complete catch for 5 yards. Matt Wolf makes the reception. Nice toe drag swag by him.
He stopped the clock. You save a timeout. So, I'll take the 5 yards again. You're not quite ready to maybe take the huge shot downfield, but you're just inching yourself a little bit closer and stopping the clock in the process.
2nd and 5 on New Orleans 48-yard line. They almost at midfield. Offset I as Xander Gold looks, fires it to Logan Jack, who steps out of bounds for a 1-yard loss as Justin Jones is talking smack to him.
And I always tell everybody before you play a game at Denver, you don't eat the brownies that's in the locker room before the game.
But Denver wants to make sure that the opposing team is fed, man.
Oh, Denver has great hospitality, but you never eat the brownies before the game.
3rd and 6. He needs to watch out. He couldn't. Xander Gold gets stopped for a sack. A bad way for this drive to end. I can't make out the guy who made the sack. But great job by him as this drive ends and New Orleans have to settle for a punt. Well, Denver's defense bent but didn't break, forced New Orleans to punt on their own 38-yard line.
No rush to get the snap in. Just want to let the clock run as much as possible.
Smart job by New Orleans. Gordon Grasmanis will kick it. Steven Vega gets it at the 28-yard line, and it's about a 2-yard return before he gets stuffed by number 85 of New Orleans. That was Roman Vickers, the backup tight end, with a great special teams tackle there.
Now with 20 seconds, do you take a shot if you're Denver, or do you just go into halftime?
Well, considering they have a 10-point lead, and me being an offensive guy myself, I would like for them to take a shot. We'll see what happens. Trips to Josh Miller's left. And play action pass, and that could have been picked off. What a play by number 22, Elvis Berry. Nice one-hand pat down.
Yeah, taking the shot downfield with the lead, I would have went conservative. That's just me. And that was the conservatives. It was a little 5-yard dump off, but I would have just kept the ball in McChesney's hands if it was me.
See, that's why I'm only a running back and not a coach, because I make dangerous calls like that one.
I grew up a Dallas Cowboys fan, so Tony Romo right before halftime, pick sixes. I got bad memories of these kinds of scenarios. So I'm always like, why, just go ahead, protect your lead, run the clock out. Don't make it any closer than it needs to be. But that's just, again, me and my football experience.
And they are taking your advice. Well, what a hit! Tank Bennett just unloaded on McChesney here on that play. 3rd and 6, and looks like Denver's going to let this clock run out. And we're at halftime, folks. A 10-point lead by Denver as they are leading 13-3 over New Orleans. And we're about to start the 2K Sports halftime show. Let's look at the stats here. And Steven, so far, Denver leads in stats and total time possession, but look at the turnovers. That's a huge difference as well.
Yeah, and it feels like this game has kind of been all Denver, and then the scoreboard doesn't necessarily reflect. I feel like, Denver should have a bigger lead, but, that I think that's a credit then to New Orleans to say that, well, you haven't really played necessarily super great, but you're still well within this game. This is still anybody's ball game. So I think, if you continue to come out and kind of slow Denver's offense down, keep them out of the end zone, you're just 1 or 2 big plays away from winning this ball game.
And the other important part is the New Orleans defense is so far doing a better job holding Denver just to 13 points. Denver is usually a high-scoring offense. Last week, they gave up 40 points to Mexico City, so their defense is doing a great job, but the offense has to, take some more time off the clock, give New Orleans defense a rest. And that was Bandito with the sack before the end of the half. But New Orleans offense got to get Denver's defense a rest. Otherwise, McChesney's going to wear them out in the second half here.
That's a great point. Great point.
And here's another great carry by Logan Jack. We see here on the halftime highlights. If they can get him going, that'll be a huge benefit to the New Orleans defense. So they'll be able to rest more and wear out Denver. But
yeah, Logan Jack to me is most effective running to the outside, downhill, but to the outside, swing passes, stretch plays, things like that. That's where he's most effective. If you can force him to kind of run inside, you can slow him down a little bit. And I think Denver's done a good job of slowing him down. I mean, he's kind of, again, I think he's the key piece to kind of get their offense going. If he's reeling off 6-yard runs and then getting 6-yard catches, it opens that window up for Matt Wolf and Deezer Powell downfield, and Yassine Clifton as well.
And if you remember, New Orleans got kicked the ball off at the beginning of the game, so they'll get the ball here to start the second half. Kramer Jackman is the kicker. Aaron Arrington looks to get a chance to return this kick. We'll see what Kramer Jackman does here as the second half is now underway. And here's a chance for Aaron Arrington. He gets at the 1-yard line, cuts it up the middle, but gets destroyed after he takes it to the 25-yard line. Still a decent return, 24 yards, and that's where New Orleans will start, Steven.
Yeah, it's 5 better than what you've been getting. So still, in comparison to Denver, normally starting at about their own 30, it still feels like a bigger uphill battle.
Now, last week, Alaska was able to burn Denver's defense with slant rounds. So your inside, outside slant rounds. I wonder if New Orleans is going to take advantage of that here in the second half to get themselves back in this game as Go drops back, fires. There's an out route. Complete for 3 yards, as you see the stat line there. 59 yards passing for Xander Gold in comparison to Josh Mills, 119, as Lynch makes the catch.
Yeah, Gold just went through his progressions there, found the open receiver, dumped it out, got it out of his hands quick, just trying to build up some positive momentum.
2nd and 7 for New Orleans at their own 29-yard line. Single back formation as Logan Jack hurls over a defender and gets 2 yards on that play. And that's stopped by Phillips. It makes it a 3rd and 5 on the one's 30-yard line.
Yeah, again, I think if you can contain Logan Jack and kind of force him up the middle, I think that's when you can slow him down the most.
Putting 3rd down right here for New Orleans offense, 3rd and 5. Trips to Gold's right. But he fires it to Logan Jack. A rub route there without successful. What a play by Jack. Getting the 1st down and extend this drive New Orleans will have first and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, great job by the Pharaohs offensive line to give Xander Gold and Logan Jack time for that route to develop, because it took a little bit, but once he got out to the outside, Sawchuk couldn't quite keep up with them and got him a first down.
11-yard reception by Logan Jack on that one. And I think that's the first time I see a rough route ever as my time as a broadcaster, and I'm glad to see that's one of my favorite routes for a running back. Two backs in the backfield for Xander Go, who fires it over the middle, and it's caught. First down. Yassine Clifton with the catch. That is his second one. The 4-year vet who played previously in Alaska and Houston makes the catch, and it's now first and 10 in Denver's 41.
Yeah, Justin Jones got there to help drag the big man down. It took quite a few of them to bring him in. Ooh.
And that'll be offsides. Pat down was successful by Justin Jones, but it won't matter.
And that's just disappointing. You know, had he not jumped off sides, your defense would have made a good play. Instead, it's a positive play for the offense, and yeah, not good.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they're not saying chew. They're saying boo for Bailey Baca, who was the one who committed the offsides penalty, making this a 1st and 5.
I'm still a fan. I'm a big proponent of discipline. You know, I hate seeing offsides and false starts and things of that.
And as I mentioned earlier, Denver committed a lot of penalties. They were offside penalties, ironically, in the first drive of the second half last week against Alaska. Inside handoff to Jack, who gets a gain of 2, make it a 2nd and 3. He's averaging 7.4 yards per carry. Keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, a couple more carries a drive for him. I think he could do something good for your offense.
And this has been a great drive so far. A 3-minute drive and counting for New Orleans. We'll see if they can get 6 here as Jack gets the carry. Gets stopped, but not after a 1-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down. Mike Sawchuk with the tackle, but it's 3rd and Marshall for New Orleans again.
Yeah, 3rd and 2 again. This is a situation where you can open up your playbook, maybe a play action, try to hit somebody out in the flats, maybe your tight end. We'll see. Let's see what they go with.
One wide receiver to Gold's left. It'll be 3rd and 2. Hand off to Jack. Oh, I don't like the fact that he went sideways to up the middle. That's a loss of 3. And New Orleans got a decision to make. This will be a 53-yard field goal attempt, and they decided to do it.
Yeah, B.J. Armstrong stepped up, got a tackle for a loss there. Big stop to end the drive.
And great job by him. He's 5'11", 190 pounds, stopping the 242-pound back. Impressive. 4th down. They will punt. And we'll see what Grossmanis do on this punt. Can they stop?
Good
Yes! Coffin corner punt. That's the 2nd time he pins Denver in the 5-yard line this game. Great job by him.
So the Pharaohs special teams unit has shown up today. That's just great. Yeah, absolutely a great punt there. Just landed right on the out of bounds line, right at 5 yards. So doing what they can to help this Pharaohs defense out.
Yeah, the defense got a nice rest, but unfortunately the score hasn't changed. There's once again, that is Cornelius Offer once again. I think that's his 5th tackle in today's game, but not after McChesney got the first.
And again, Denver with their backs against the wall has gotten a first down. They're working their way downfield.
6:52 left in the third quarter. Miller making changes at the line. 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. He will drop back to pass and fires over the middle, and it's intercepted. That's the break New Orleans defense needed. Tank Bennett with the INT. Great job by him as New Orleans will take over at the 30-yard line. And New Orleans have great field position. Let's see if they can convert to 6. Convert this drive to 6 and gonna shorten this lead here. 1st and 10. And he's gonna fire off the jack. And he goes nowhere. Justin Jones with the tackle.
Yeah, Justin Jones with great explosiveness out of the cornerback position. Yeah, I think that was their big pickup in the offseason, was getting Justin Jones onto their defense.
He's been doing a great job stopping Logan Jack today. 2nd and 10 out their own 39-yard line for New Orleans. They have to get 6 on the board, stay in this game. And it's another swing pass to Jack. This time he gets more yards, just 2. 3rd and long, not what New Orleans want to be here on this important 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd and long, that's hurtful because now you're kind of tipping your hand in what you're going to do. You know, I think the defense is going to be expecting a pass from you, so hopefully you can dial up a good play.
And we got Tripp still goes left. 2 wide receivers to his right. He fires it to his right. And unfortunately, he couldn't complete the toe drag swag. Matt Wolf missed getting his left foot in bounds, and they don't have to punt once again.
And that's really a play that at least for me, that I'm used to seeing New Orleans convert that kind of play. That big play, deep shot down the field, 30 plus yards, and for whatever reason it's not coming together for them right here, right now.
New Orleans is still struggling on offense. We'll see if Grasmas can pin Denver deep once again. Another kick to the left. It hits the New Orleans defender, and they're going to watch it. You're like, okay, I'm finally going to touch the ball.
Somebody's
Stop at the 11-yard line. Right. It bounced off the butt of New Orleans special teamers before he finally decided, I'm going to go ahead and down it here at the 11-yard line. That's where Denver takes over.
So how about that? Kramer Jackman is kicking it so deep into the end zone, but the New Orleans punter is pinning the Denver defense inside their own 10-yard line a lot, it seems.
Grasmas has been consistent today with his punts. 1st and 10 for Miller, who pumps fakes and throws to his left, and he got to complete to Giacomo Jones, 1 man to beat. What a play. Usually the pump fake don't work, but not in Denver's case. It did work. As you see, Giacomo Jones is over 100 yards receiving today.
Yeah, Miller with the pump fake. Not that it affected Aaron Arrington's coverage. He was pretty much tailing the wide receiver the whole time, but just a good throw by Miller to get it up over. Great catch by Giacomo Jones and a huge play for the Night Wings offense.
Yeah, that was a slant route to the sidelines that work. Aaron Arrington unfortunately bit on the play on that pump fake, and that burned New Orleans defense as they will have to hold Denver to a field goal attempt. 1st and 10 on Denver. 1st and 10 for Denver on New Orleans 36. And a nice dot to Ken Lola, makes a catch at New Orleans 23-yard line, almost in the red zone for Denver.
Yeah, nice to get Ken Loa going again. He's one of my favorite targets on the Night Wings offense. I like when they take the deep shot with him.
It'll be 1st and 10 on the 23. 1 back in the backfield. But Miller's going to fire to his left. Caught by Kanoa once again. To his right, excuse me. But that's a 1st down on the New Orleans 11-yard line. That was a 12-yard reception by Kanoa.
And if you're New Orleans, can you bend and not break here? You know, holding Denver to 3 points here would be a huge, win and a huge plus for your offense. So let's see if they can make the stand here and and hold Denver to 3 points, or even better, get a turnover.
4 wide receiver set here for Denver. Single back in the backfield as Miller drops back and fires it to his left.
Ooh.
What a catch! He slid backwards, number 84. And that is R.J. Decker making his first catch of the game. Kind of remind me of Gary Malone 2 seasons ago, making that same exact catch.
It was nice, kind of falling down, sliding at the same time, but grabbing it with one hand. It was an excellent play.
Yeah, he was safe. Acting like he was playing baseball there. Up the middle goes McChesney. Somehow gets yardage. It'd be 3rd and 3 at New Orleans' 4-yard line. Great tackle there by Tarf. We'll see if, like you said earlier, Stephen, if New Orleans can bend but not break and hold Denver to a field goal attempt here.
Yeah, McChesney stretched out an extra 2 yards out of that. He had him stopped, and then McChesney just sprang forward for another 2.
And that's surprising for a guy who's only 225 pounds, be able to just move the defenders. But maybe New Orleans is getting tired here. Miller could have ran that, but he decides to throw it. And guess who? Akayo, the fullback. Akoya. I got to pronounce his name right. But he makes his 2nd touchdown in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and he's becoming a reliable target down here in the red zone. Just off in the flats, gets behind the linebacker. Levon Irvine's usually a really good coverage linebacker. It's just a great throw by Miller to drop it in over the top of him.
Able to throw it to only his fullback and make the catch, and he was able to make the 1-foot toe drag swag to get 6. And Denver is about to extend their lead to 17 after this field goal attempt by Kramer Jackman. And it's good. 20-3, Denver leads with 3:30 left in the 3rd quarter. New Orleans offense has to wake up, Steven, if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it's still within their reach. All they have to do is, you know, just kind of get some first downs strung together and then get some points. You know, you've got the weapons, I believe, that you can make that happen. Just getting that string of plays together, getting that confidence, and then going out and putting points on the board.
And speaking of confidence, Aaron Arrington had enough confidence to take it out of the end zone and bring it to the New Orleans 24-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for them. We'll see if Xander Gold can heat up and catch fire and lead his team down the field and get 6 here. Two backs in the backfield for Mr. Xander Gold. We'll see what he does here on 1st and 10. He drops back and fires, and it's caught. First for an 8-yard gain by Matt Wolf. B.J. Armstrong, make sure he didn't go anywhere else. That's his 3rd tackle of the game, even though that's just an easy little touch.
Yeah, Matt Wolf's a reliable guy on the outside over there. He can run, you know, pretty much any route on the route tree, but you know, if you get it to him on an out route like that, he's money. He can catch that and make something happen.
Well, this is a guaranteed pass play. No backs in the backfield as Xander Gold drops back, fires it in the middle. Could not make the catch, and that wide receiver is not happy with himself. That was intended to Roman Vickers, the role player, 6'3", 270-pounder, big boy with brick hands, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that you dropped the first down, but it's 3rd and manageable here. You know, I like the options, especially with the New Orleans offense, what weapons they have. I like what they can do here.
Denver's look like they're ready for a run, but doesn't matter because Logan Jack's able to bounce to his right. Justin Jones had the angle and make the great tackle, but Logan Jack takes it to Denver's 43-yard line, be 1st and 10 for them. Logan Jack has to be near 100 yards rushing after that one.
Yeah, and how many times is Justin Jones going to save a touchdown? I think that was 3 times today. That if he hadn't been there, there was 6 points on the board. So great effort, you know, to recognize the play and to get over there and help your team out. Logan Jack just seems like a ticking time bomb, though, like he's ready to break free and score at any given moment. And
we'll see what Xander Gold does. Here's an out route. There's a flag on the play. Pass is completed to Deezer Powell, but we'll see what the ref says here. Will it be a holding or a pass interference? Roughing the passer.
Ooh.
Mack decided he wants to be a Mack truck and take knock the quarterback down, run him over after the play. There it is.
Yeah. Right in front of him too. I mean, he's looking right at you.
Undisciplined play. That's a huge penalty because now it's 1st and 10 at Denver's 22-yard line. New Orleans got to take advantage of Denver's mistakes here, which so far have been undisciplined play here. Gold drops back and fires, gets stuffed right away before he throws that pass. Chewbacca. Bailey Chewbacca with the disruption there.
Yeah, the guy's a monster in the trenches, just throttles the offensive lineman in front of him and got there and disrupted the play.
Yeah, you can't hold Chewy back too long, especially since he weighs 223 pounds. He is a beast. At D tackle is 2nd down 10. 2 wide receivers to the Golds left, but he hands it off to Logan Jack, who gets stuffed right away. And guess what? Mack decides to make up for his previous mistake and tackle Jack behind the line of scrimmage for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, that's going to happen when you run the ball. You know, not every play is going to go for positive yards, but unfortunate there.
And trips right. 2 wide receivers left. No backs in the backfield for Xander Go. Obvious pass play. He throws up the middle. Incomplete. That is Mr. Jaquez Lynch, the 5'9", 190-pounder, who unfortunately drops his second pass attempt thrown his way.
Yeah, and that is a little unfortunate. And you know, again for New Orleans, a 1st down there would have been great to give yourself a chance to score a touchdown. But you're sending out the kicker for the 2nd time, trying to get 3 more points on the board. Go ahead, T-Roy.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it. You know, it closes the gap a little bit, but I think you got to start going for 6 here soon.
Block!
Wow!
Denver can pick it up.
Yeah.
They do. The 40-yard field goal attempt is blocked, and Denver will take over on their own 39-yard line. That kick took too long to develop. The holder, I guess, couldn't get the snap down in time for the kicker to kick it off.
Yeah, and just really unfortunate. I think kind of sums up how things are going right now for the New Orleans Pharaohs.
1st and 10 for Denver at their own 39-yard line. Hand off to Michesse. He goes up the gut. Gets 2 yards. He has 87 yards rushing so far in today's game. His longest, 26.
Yeah, side by side, Logan Jack and McChesney are both having really good games. I mean, I'd take either one of these 2 guys.
Yeah, if there was a fantasy league, you couldn't go wrong with either of these 2 running backs. They've been doing a great job today. 2nd and 8 is going to be to the right, hand off to McChesney. Able to find some room before he gets stopped at the 46-yard line. Be 3rd and 6. 3rd and 3 at the Denver's 46-yard line.
And 3rd and 3 for the Nightwings here. I think a 1st down would really, really do a lot to really deflate the New Orleans defense. So let's see if you can get a 1st down here.
18 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And it's the throw to the left by Giacomo Jones. Gets the catch. And the drive stays alive as they are now on New Orleans side of the field once again.
Yeah, I think that one hurts. You know, again, I think that is just another big step forward for your offense, taking the wind out of the defense. And, you know, now you can just go right back to hand it off to McChesney for a couple of downs. And then if you need to on 3rd and short, run a play action and get another one. Get another 1st.
And he just gets the play off before the end of the 3rd quarter. It's a pass to McChesney, who gets lit up shortly after the catch. Everybody put your force up. You are watching the SFL on YouTube. Denver leads by 17 over New Orleans. We'll be right back after this. Tonight's SFL broadcast on YouTube is brought to you in part by Nation's Best, helping NFL, college, high school, and youth players to help. Hashtag secure the bag. ScoreStream, the official live scoring app of the SFL. Sector 6, custom esports jerseys and apparel, and exclusive SFL shop provider. And Spygo, dedicated to the craft of audio. Aerial shots, once again, brought to you by AirViews, united by drones. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage. This must be during the wintertime because we see some snow on there. But welcome back, SFL Nation. This is the fourth quarter. Denver has the lead, and it looked like they want to extend it here. 2nd and 9. Trips to Miller's left. One wide receiver to his right. Throws it in the middle. Dangerous throw. Intended for Logan Kill as Miller once again was trying to get a pass interference call. Levant Irvine with the breakup.
Yeah, I think protecting his receiver a little much. I had a little bit of contact there, but I think it was incidental. He was going out to cover somebody else. I maybe could have drew a flag, but I don't think it was enough.
Yeah, that was definitely beyond 5 yards for Ref 62. Says no way, no penalty on that one. 3rd and 9 here. Important third down for the Pharaohs defense. If they can stop them here, give their offense a chance to heat up and catch fire. We'll see what happens. Miller pump fakes, throws over the middle. Tip, but not intercepted. And New Orleans defense holds Denver to a punting situation.
And that was interesting. In Denver, they call fourth quarter. They call that Miller time. Fourth quarter stats this season for Josh Miller. Before that drive, he was 30 of 32 for 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he had 15 consecutive completions in the fourth quarter if you had combined his first 2 games. So up until that point, Josh Miller in the fourth quarter has been playing phenomenal.
But they're going to have to settle for a punt by Lily Long. And what a great job by the special teams of Denver. Usually when I see a person run and make that play, it usually goes into the end zone, but not this time. Number 49, Raul Duke, did a great job pinning New Orleans at their own 5-yard line.
Yeah, and really, really tough starting field position now for New Orleans. If you thought starting at the 20 was bad, now you get a taste a little bit of what Denver's had to put up with.
We'll see what New Orleans decide to do. Will this be a handoff to Logan Jack? Yes, it will. Up the middle, but he gets stuffed right away. Well, I knew it, but so did Denver's defense. Ooh, Mike, whoever that guy was, number 92, he tripped on himself celebrating.
I think things are getting a little chippy down there.
Yeah, Chuck.
Saw a little bit of push between the defensive and offensive linemen. Then somebody came flying in late. All in good spirits. Everybody just wants to win.
Exactly. 3rd and 9 coming up here for New Orleans. Just a 1-yard gain. Sawchuck once again. Sorry, not Sawchuck. This is another guy named Mac making the tackle.
Tough 3rd and 9 here. You're basically dropping back into your own end zone.
3rd and 9 at the 6-yard line. It'll be a handoff to Jack. He's able to make one man miss before he gets stopped after a 2-yard gain. Landon Mack was with the tackle once again. Sorry, Deontay Phillips with the tackle once again. It'll be 4th down. Denver's going to get good field position after this punt. And here's the kick. Stephen Baker decides to make the fair catch and give Denver a good starting position at their own 36-yard line. Now, you actually mentioned this during the pregame. Denver now has 2 receivers who tie for the most touchdown receptions in Nightwings history. That is both Giacomo Jones and Logan Kill. They both have 19 after Giacomo Jones' first touchdown of the game. Pretty good.
A little bit of friendly team competition there to see who's going to be the franchise leader going into next week. With both of them tied at 19, that's a fun stat going forward.
And that play was intended to Akoi once again, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. He's usually a good receiver, but you don't want to throw to double cover, Steven.
Yeah, he's gonna say he's usually pretty reliable there, but yeah, tried to throw it in a tight window and covered by 2 defenders. It's a pretty tough catch.
And great job by Arthur once again helping with the disruption of that play. The role player has been on fire today. He wants a contract bad.
Yeah, he's putting in the work. Now he wants the contract.
2nd and 10 for Denver, and it's picked off. An ill-advised throw by Josh Miller because Roman Hood was able to make a great diving attempt and pick it off and get New Orleans the ball once again.
And I haven't seen Josh Miller in the chat, but I'm sorry, buddy. You're a part of what's called the commentator's curse. You know, I called something out, and now you're feeling the pain, not so much me.
In New Orleans, they definitely been feeling the pain all game, but they like to change that. As you see, Logan Jack is just 6 yards short of 100. 1st and 10 for him on the New Orleans 32. Denver stacking the box. Looked like they're going to blitz, but they backed off, and this time that out route works for New Orleans. Matt Wolf makes the catch. 8-yard reception for them, 2nd and short.
Yeah, again, as far as his route tree goes, Matt Wolf is totally comfortable with that route. He can run that in his sleep. Great throw, great catch. You'd like to see maybe stay in bounds, get a little extra, but it's good play overall.
Yeah, there was nobody near him within 5 yards. Easy catch for him. 2nd and short. 9 minutes left in the game. New Orleans got to hurry up and score here. Swing pass to Jack, who trucks a poor defender. I'm trying to make out the number. That's number 52. He gets struck. Nice forearm shiver by Logan Jack as he extends this drive on that play.
Yeah, stands up the linebacker and then still wanted more. If there was just maybe 10 more yards of field, he might have broke free on that one.
Yeah, Landon Mack just took the punishment from Logan Jack. It's 1st and 10 for New Orleans on their own 46. New Orleans do have to hurry up and score with just a little time left. Dangerous throw as Justin Jones was able to make the pat down there, making this a 2nd and 10 for the Pharaohs here.
Yeah, I was staying on the hip. A Deezer Powell there. Was that Deezer Powell staying on the hip there, the receiver, and just got his hand up, batted it down, made a nice play.
Yeah, nice read by Jones. Making this 2nd and 10. He could pick that off, but he made sure he pat that down, make sure the receiver didn't make that catch. Goal drops back, fires it to the right, and that was an ill-advised catch. Thankfully, he got back to the line of scrimmage, but as you see the numbers there, not what the New Orleans Pharaohs was looking for today's game. Just Xander Gove only 109 yards passing here in the 4th quarter.
And definitely not what you expected to see from, last year's offensive player of the year. The guy's he's a monster. He's just kind of working through some things here early in this season 13. He'll get them correct.
And he drops back to fire. Pump fakes, fires over the middle. Incomplete pass. Great job by Vasquez with the breakup. And unfortunately, New Orleans got a punt once again. And if you're a Night Wings fan, this has been an easy game for you to watch. Unfortunately for New Orleans, the struggles continues on offense. They're able to get some sparks, but after that, they just unfortunately got resisted by Denver.
Yeah, the blocked field goal took away 3 of your points, and you couldn't string together enough plays. You couldn't string enough plays together to create a full drive where you could get anything meaningful out of it. And your defense played well a couple of times. Obviously, like I said, Denver's kind of controlled the game, and for them to only be up 17 points again, I think is a testament to how well your defense actually has played today. But you can't give up. Like I said, you got to take deep shots downfield and do what you're good at, which is feed Logan Jack and then get Deezer Powell going deep.
But right now, good job by the Denver's deep by New Orleans defense. That's Irvine and McDaniel the second with the combo tackle of McChesney for just a 1-yard gain.
We'll see if Josh Miller can shake off the commentator's curse.
Yeah, he threw an interception to Hood at the end of the previous possession, but they hand off to McChesney, who was able to carry defenders for a couple more yards. As you see, he's just 3 yards short of 100. 3rd and 6. Will Denver feed McChesney the ball just to burn the clock?
You know, I would like to see that. I think he's reliable here. Maybe wouldn't get enough for the first down, but I think he's ran well enough that you could have handed it off to him. But instead, they're going to trust Josh Miller's arm.
They're out for blood. They want to extend their lead. We'll see what happens. 3rd and 6. 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Miller fires over the middle. It's caught. The drive is extended. Believe that is, Graham Canyon once again making another catch. He's been very reliable over the past 2 weeks here.
Yeah, how about him stepping up there? I was actually going to comment that I thought New Orleans was in a good defense to stop them there on that play, but, you know, the slot receiver made a good play, got the first down, moved the chains.
1st and 10 at the 32. McChesney go up the gut, but gets destroyed right away by McDaniel the second. But with that carry, McChesney should be over 100 yards. No, he's at 100 yards with that 3-yard gain.
Yeah, eclipsed the century marks now. That's about what you expect out of him pretty much week in and week out, is to be right there flirting with the 100 or more, you know, sometimes flirting with 200 even. So, you know, that's per normal for him. Definitely another day at the office.
And it's the second 100-yard rushing game of this season for McChesney. Play action pass by Miller. He fires over the middle to the fullback. And Okoye couldn't make the catch. It'll be 3rd and 7. Another important 3rd down for New Orleans defense. We'll see if they can stop Denver.
And they're again targeting that fullback, you know, on a critical situation, or not necessarily critical, but you know, they're putting the fullback out there to make plays, and I think they have some other options that maybe are better suited.
And it's 3rd and 7. At their own 35-yard line, we'll see if New Orleans defense can hold them here. Miller fires over the middle, and he makes the catch. Logan Kill, Mr. Reliable, as you said earlier, makes a great catch and takes it to New Orleans side of the field. 1st and 10 at the 47 of New Orleans.
And I like that play call a lot better. I think Logan Kill is much better suited to handle the pressure that comes with, you know, catching the ball in traffic. That's a much better play call from the Nightwings offense.
Yet Josh Miller was able to get the pass over Darnell Lee, number 23, 6'2", 190-pounder. You think he was able to pat that down, but he wasn't able to. Swing pass to McChesney. This has been working for them. A 3-yard gain on that reception, however. It'll be 2nd and 7. And what's the important part there? Next to that word 4th, 5 minutes and 14 seconds left in this game. New Orleans got to do something quick.
Look at Josh Miller's stats there: 243, 2 touchdowns, and an 88.5 average QB rating. That's a nice day.
Nice day indeed. McChesney goes up the gut and extend this drive, and the clock will continue to burn. And he adds on to his total. Definitely guarantees his 100-yard rushing performance after that carry.
Yeah, and I think at this point, you just ride him. You ride him until the New Orleans is forced to start calling timeout. No urgency. I would let the play clock run and ride this thing home.
We'll see if New Orleans defense can cause a turnover again. They stack in the box, decide to back off. It's a pass to Hypo Kinola, but he unfortunately didn't get both feet in. You know, he actually needs only 1 foot to be inbounds when he makes the catch. Failed to do so, making this a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I saw his lead foot on the white line when he made the reception, so you're not going to see a challenge flag on that one. He was clearly out of bounds.
Well, I said he failed to do so. That was actually a catch. So I'm very sorry about that. 3-yard gain by Kinola.
No offense to you, Roy. I love you.
It feels always good to be loved. 3-yard gain by McChesney, making this a 3rd and 4. Tank Bennett, among others, making the tackle.
Yeah, 3rd and 4. I'd say this is a big stop. If you can get a tackle for a loss or a sack, they may not hand off to McChesney here. So if you can get a sack, you can take them out of field goal range almost.
Full house backfield for Denver. They're doing a good job making sure they melt as much clock as they can. Hand off to McChesney. He's got the first down. He could have gotten more if it weren't for McDaniel making a nice tackle. And the drive stays alive. 1st and 10 on the Lawrence 24-yard line.
Yeah, great job by the Denver Nightwings. Everybody got a helmet on somebody. The Pharaohs actually called the right line stunt. They were there ready for that play, but Denver was ready, picked up all their blocks, and Chesney got a first down.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried. It looked like it could have been a holding call on Denver's old line, but ref 62 didn't see it, and this drive stays alive for Denver with just 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. Looks like they're going to feed McChesney again. Full house backfield. And McChesney gets the carry, and that might be a sign of him getting tired because he gets stopped for a 2-yard loss. McDaniel, the second, once again with the tackle.
And McDaniel's made a name for himself there on the right side of the field. You know, anytime McChesney gets out over there, he's shutting them down.
So McDaniel on one side, Arthur on the other. They've been doing a great job, but unfortunately, the scoreboard reflects a Denver 17-point lead with just 2 minutes and 38 seconds left in this game. Defense has to somehow, some way make a turnover right here. They're going to hand off to McChesney. What a hit by guess who? Arthur once again. He may have 7 tackles alone today.
And I think that's 2 or 3 tackles for a loss. He just came untouched off the edge like a missile, and that was a great play by him.
If McChesney's not careful, keep losing yardage, he'll be under 100 yards rushing. But we'll see it. Nope, that they will not get this play off before the 2-minute warning. Denver comfortably in the lead over New Orleans. It's 20-3 with just 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. And Steven, what do you think New Orleans will have to do to get their offense together for the rest of this season?
Well, you know, I'm seeing a lot of what they're successful at. Again, you know, they're taking some shots. I think maybe it's just about making some small adjustments. And I think the rest of it's just some time to hit their player progressions, for some of their players to hit their marks as far as the season goes. That could be some of their problem. But, you know, starting 0-2, looking like you're going to be 0-3, you know, repeating your playoff appearance is going to be pretty tough. You know, it's hard to go 0-3 and make it to the playoffs. So, you know, hopefully they can figure out what's going on and get the ship righted.
This will be a 41-yard field goal attempt for Kramer Jackman. He kicks it. 40-yard attempt, excuse me, and it's good. And Denver has extended their lead to 20. It's 23-3. And they giving credit to the holder there, making sure that Kramer Jackman be able to kick the ball with no laces towards his foot there.
Yeah, and there's an art to the placeholder. They don't get a lot of love, just like the kickers. But whenever a kicker misses a field goal, nobody ever blames the placeholder. So
there you go.
Probably why they don't get much recognition.
Yeah, only time Pajamas Lossman will get recognition is Josh Miller decides to take a break because he's the backup quarterback. Lossman is. Jackman kicks it off, and this should be down. Another great kick by him. Aaron Arrington unfortunately won't have 100 yards kick return yardage today. He's been shut out thanks to Jackman's great kicks.
Probably the most famous placeholder fail ever is by a Dallas Cowboy. Thank you, Tony Romo.
A lot of Cowboy fans are definitely hating Tony Romo there. At least it wasn't the butt.
I love him now that he's gone. Now that he's gone, I think his personality's great. But whenever he played, I could literally call out when he was about to throw a turnover, man. It was embarrassing.
Well, that was a good catch. So you see, good pass. So you seen Clifton. He makes the great catch to be 1st and 10 on the Lions' 32-yard line. So they got to hurry up. Minute 38 left. We'll see if they can get points before this game's over. Pass to Logan Jack goes nowhere. It'll be 2nd and 10. A minute 30 left and counting. Not the type of pass you'd be expecting with this at this point in the game. He fires over the middle, but this time that catch is made by Deezer Powell. So they are moving the ball down the field. They want to get some points to just get some momentum for their next game. And a jump pass is completed to Clifton. A 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5, and the hurry-up offense is in full effect. Center goal, drops back and fires over the middle once again. The mill's been wide open, of course. They're on Denver's 38-yard line. Trying to get a touchdown here. 45 seconds left and counting for New Orleans. Center goal dumps it off to his running back. He goes inside instead of outside. He could have got more yards if he went outside. Just got a 2-yard reception on that play. 30 seconds left. Goal drops back, fires over the middle, is caught. And finally, Lawrence decides to call a timeout, making this a 3rd and 1.
What a great job there by you, T-Roy. That was a rapid-fire action. Good job keeping up. Go ahead and take yourself a quick breath. Good job moving downfield by the Pharaohs. They, had to use a timeout there because they didn't get the first, but you're in scoring position because of your aggressiveness.
Noah Martin was the receiver who made the catch on the last play, but it's 3rd and 1. We'll see if New Orleans can extend this drive here. Go fires it. Well, pump fakes first. Fires over the middle. And, I thought that was going to be caught. 3 Denver Nightwings defenders had a chance to make the pat down, but almost end up in Deezer Powell's hands. 4th and 1 for New Orleans. What a weird play.
Yeah,
Almost
flung
worked out
like
for New Orleans.
5. Yeah, it worked like it went like 5 yards forward downfield to Deezer Powell. That was wild.
That'll be one of the best exciting non-receptions I've ever seen in the SFL. 4th and 1. And the pass is caught. This drive stays alive as Deezer Powell makes up for that missed opportunity and extend this drive. 1st and 10 on Denver's 26.
Yeah, and I think you're looking here maybe at an intermediate route, maybe 10, 15 yards downfield, maybe a post, maybe a swing pass to Jack, and then probably burn their last time out and then one final shot at the end zone, I would say.
3 wide receivers, 2 backs in the backfield. 1st and 10 on Denver's 26. And it'll be a swing pass to Jack once again. Doesn't go out of bounds. And their timeout will stop the clock. Actually, I don't think that is Jack. That is their fullback. A fellow 35er, Brock Targan. One of the hardest names to pronounce, but he makes the catch.
Yeah, it doesn't get many targets, so we're saved there.
And we got Hail Mary formation here, 2nd and 10. We'll see if Xander Gold can get 7 on this drive. He drops back and fires it. Jump ball situation. Actually, the ball goes out of bounds. 3rd and 10 coming up. This should be the last play of the game.
Yeah, and I expect to see the same thing probably. Another Hail Mary, another shot at the end zone. Just to put some points on the board, try to close this margin a little bit.
The one thing I have to say that I'm surprised is that I haven't seen too many slant routes performed by New Orleans. It worked out for Alaska's favor, and New Orleans had the weapons. They just didn't use that route today. We'll see what Xander Gold does here. He fires it to the end zone. This will be the end of the game. And it looks like it was caught out of bounds, but that'll be it. Denver gets back in the win column. They are 2-1 as they defeat New Orleans Pharaohs 23-3. And Steven, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I think that was an absolutely decisive win for the Denver Nightwings. Showed that they have a good strategy, they have a good game plan, they know what they want their players to do, and they executed very well. I think Logan Jack had a good game despite the scoreboard. I think Logan Jack played well for the Pharaohs. Maybe that's something that Denver needs to focus on, is maybe how do we stop a running back of this caliber? How do we kind of shut that down? Because they played really well on the outside against the receivers. And I think the only positive today offensively for the Pharaohs was Logan Jack. So, figure out how to work that out. And then, for the Pharaohs, again, Xander Gold's trying to work out the kinks, trying to figure something out. I don't know what's going on there with him, but, Logan Jack looks healthy, looks great. Whenever he gets the ball, he's included a lot. So, trying to figure out how to get, Deezer Powell and Matt Wolf going, that's another thing.
And who is going to be the MVP of tonight's game?
Oh, for me, based off of what I saw, I think you're probably looking at Josh Miller. I'd like to give it to, I think Logan Kill. No, Giacomo Jones. I'm sorry. I think Giacomo Jones is the one that had the touchdown.
Yep.
So maybe Giacomo Jones will be the one that gets it, but I think it's probably Josh Miller.
And your MVP of tonight's game is, you called it, Giacomo Jones. 6 receptions, 110 yards, 1 TD, 18.3 yards per catch average. Stephen, thank you so much for doing double today. And
it was fun. Yeah, it was fun.
Appreciate it. And for Stephen Hacker, Jeffrey Dax behind the scenes at SFL headquarters, this is T-Roy Gaines. We're signing off. I hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you next week for week 4.